Hey guys, so I'm gonna be making a floating bed frame here. So originally it's a small room, turning it into like an arts room to be able to do a whole bunch of different activities in here. Um, so I had a bed over here originally, but I have too much stuff that I need to fit in this house. So to make a little bit more space, I'm gonna be putting a platform here, the ladder over there, to be giving me a little bit of extra space while I'll still be able to keep a bed in here. So I got these posts. These are called porch columns. They're 5x5s, so 5 inches by 5 inches, and they were 8 feet tall. I got them at Lowe's. They were 27 bucks. Treated wood, obviously, because it's for outside. Don't really need it treated because it's gonna be indoors, but I figured it gave it a nice look to it. So I chopped them down, so only 5 feet, 5 inches now. So I'll have to duck down a little bit to get underneath of it, but I needed it to be able to actually have a platform here with a bed on top of it without someone like laying their face against the ceiling, because my ceilings are only about 8 feet tall, a little less than 8 feet. They're like 7 feet, 11 inches. So I couldn't even stand the posts up in here all the way yesterday. They went all the way up. I only cut one side, so there's these sides, they look pretty similar in terms of width now, but this side was the side I cut. It went all the way up, so it ended up working out well because it made it more symmetrical, and it looks better. I'm gonna end up painting these white because the plywood that I'm gonna be putting up here is a lighter color. I got two over here. They're gonna spread out further because I'm gonna put a ladder. So I wanted to have two the same thing to be able to put like the things across it. So we're gonna see how that turns out. I have an idea for something else I'm gonna do. I'll see if that works. If not, I'll build something. But yeah, so let's see how this goes.
Yo, listen up, here's the story about a little guy that lives in a blue world. And all day and all night and everything he sees is just blue. Like him, inside and outside. Blue his house with a blue little window and a blue Corvette. And everything is blue for him and himself and everybody around. Cause he ain't got nobody to listen. I'm blue, I've been deed, I've been died, 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 I've been deed, I've been died.
I'm gonna be sanding it down, so they don't have these ridges here, and then I'm gonna add wood putty to fill the holes so you don't know, you can't see where the screws are after it's painted. I have a wood putty, doesn't really match here, but it doesn't really matter because I'm going to be painting it white anyway, so you won't see the color of the wood putty. So I'm going to start doing that. So this is what I'm going to make into the ladder for it. These are gas pipes, get a Lowe's as well. It's actually, this can be kind of expensive. I already had all this stuff for it though. I have a lot more for it actually. I was taking them apart because I got a bunch of pieces that I had in my garage that I was like, one day I'll use these. So I had a different ladder. I showed earlier in the video that I was kind of trying to put up. It was a white one I got off a truck, and it's aluminum. I cut it and I was hoping to, because it ended up being too long for the adjustment that I made for this. So I was hoping that I'd be able to cut it and kind of weld it back together. I don't have an aluminum welder though, so I tried to weld it anyways, see how well it would work. And, you know, the steel doesn't bond to it. I already knew that, but I just wanted to give it a try. And then I was trying to use some brackets to kind of put it together, but it just didn't look right. So I could have put wood to make the ladder, which is the cheaper option, but as you see, it needs to have more than a stair down there on the flat part and a stair up here. I mean, that's too big of a gap, and I didn't want to put wood coming off of the design of it. It just wouldn't look right. If I'd have known that, I would have just bought flat columns instead of designed ones to look better. So the only thing I could think of was this, so I could just put support here and at the bottom. So I'll screw into the bottom there when it's done. And then I got these, I'm gonna cap the top up here, they sell those probably like $2 or something. Then I'm gonna buy little nipples for this end, and then I'll put these, and then it'll screw back there, and that's how it'll be up. I'm gonna clean all this stuff up though. It's not gonna look like this when I put it up. I'm gonna spray paint it white, but I gotta sand all this down to get all the rust off of it so I can paint it. So I'm gonna do that. Next, what I'm gonna do while I'm waiting for the ladder to dry after I cleaned it off and sanded it down, and I pressure washed it. Now I'm waiting for it to dry so I can paint it. I'm gonna fill these holes where you can see the screws with wood putty and then paint it. I'm gonna let it dry first, obviously. You don't have to use this stuff. It's like $5. I'm just gonna do the ones you can visually see. I'm not gonna do like the ones that are like behind and stuff that you can't really see. But I'll remember where these ones are. But you don't actually have to do this if you don't want to. You could just paint inside the holes, which would give it enough concealment to where people really won't notice it too much. But I'm gonna put putty on to make it flat. Pretty much done with the room other than the few things I'm still gonna add to it. But I used extra wood that I had from when I cut this piece here to make additional shelves to put stuff on. So a lot more space, a lot cleaner. Turned out real well.